Hello, it's time for Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what's happened in history. In the 1540s, we've brought to Tuscany from the New World, the devil's fruit is seen as wicked and toxic. It's a tomato. Very good. In a letter, Thomas Jefferson slams the Federalist Party as monarchical. It sparks a furor when he becomes vice president to John Adams, a Federalist. Yeah, he was absolutely... Thomas Jefferson had all kinds of ideas about what Adams and company were up to. I thought they were going to genuinely reinstate a monarchy. All right, so there we go, 1796 to 97. China's guarded silk monopoly unravels when two monks are said to smuggle silkworm eggs to Constantinople, helping the Byzantines learn to make silk. That'll be before this, certainly. 552. The Eastern Roman Empire. The U.S. opens Camp Century, an army base under Greenland's ice. One snag, the ice sheet is unstable and the base starts caving in. Wow. Yikes. I assume that's 1940s? I assume that's kind of Second World War era. No, it's later, 1960 post-war. I guess that makes more sense. The Love Boat debuts, making cruises trendy. The show's trademarks, flashy atriums, big musical numbers, become popular on real ships. Oh, that's funny. I don't actually know. I mean, I assume it's after 1960, but it's got to be. Yeah, 1977. Okay. Nikola Tesla invents the Tesla coil, a high-voltage lightning machine that can transmit energy wirelessly. Even Mark Twain stops by to check it out. That'll be the late 19th century. Sorry, yeah, late 19th century, we assume. Indeed, 1891. From the Iberian Peninsula, Islamic scholars help spread math and science across Europe. They also introduce a handy tool to Europeans, paper. Handy indeed. That'll be before the 1540s. Yes, circa 900. Yeah. Okay, Mount Tambora erupts in Asia, its ash darkening skies over Europe. The gloomy weather inspires Mary Shelley to write a spooky story, Frankenstein. That was in the early 19th century, so we can put that here. Yes, 1815 to 18. One of those stories, it's amazing how many stories like Frankenstein are so much more interesting than the kind of version of them that's become boiled down and reproduced. That's true of Frankenstein. I think it's true of Dracula, and it's true. I just read the other day A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is also, I think, a much more interesting and strange and nuanced story than the version of it that gets sort of boiled down and reproduced in kind of monster movies. Anyway, Frankenstein, absolutely one of those. The Montgolfier brothers, I guess that is, who run a paper business, launch a piloted hot air balloon in Paris, an aviation first. It flies 6 miles in 25 minutes. I assume this is also the 19th century. In between here, I guess? No, oh, so much earlier than that. Oh no, terrible. Okay, well, I got that wrong. That was the 18th century, in fact. All right, so I was in good company, though. Let's see if that's what tripped other people up. So most people put the silkworm eggs to the Eastern Roman Empire in the correct place, unsurprisingly. About a quarter of people misplaced... That's interesting. About a quarter of people misplaced paper going from the Iberian Peninsula to Europe by way of Islamic scholars. I'm kind of surprised. I wonder where that one went. Look at that. So fewer than a third of people correctly placed the hot air balloon. I mean, I don't know. I probably should have gotten that right, but yeah, I absolutely flubbed it. And so did many others. Nearly everybody correctly placed Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. Nearly a quarter of people misplaced Frankenstein, maybe thinking it was later. That's possible. Most people correctly placed Nikola Tesla and his Tesla coil. Overwhelmingly, of course, people correctly placed the U.S.'s Greenland base, because where else would that have gone? And then similarly, the vast majority of people correctly placed the Love Boat. All right, there we go. So yeah, the one that tripped me up was also the one that tripped most people up, the vast majority of people, in fact. So I guess I can take some comfort in that. And that was a week in history. Those were the events of Flashback. Back next week with more of this. Bye for now.